So guys, we got two massive news from NIO that we got to talk about. This one right here, and then there's another one that they held a launch event, well, sort of a adjustment event today in Guangzhou, China, to discuss certain things, changes, all right, massive changes to battery swap, which I think is going to be very impactful going forward. So first of all, let's talk about the battery swap changes. What's going on with that? First of all, we got to know what the problem is. And keep in mind that what they launched today solves this problem. All right, so this problem has been around for quite a while and they're solving it. So that's a good thing. And I've shared about this problem before on my channel, and of course on my channel I share the good and the bad. So the problem was, of course, the battery swap service fee. NIO charges a flat 30 RMB or 50 RMB service fee per swap, plus electricity fee based on per kilowatt hours. So for example, if you have a empty battery and you go to a swap station and you swap, the service fee is 50. If you have a almost fully charged battery and you go to a swap station and you swap, the service fee is still 50 RMB. Clearly, you can tell this is kind of unfair if you have lots of existing power, electricity in your current battery, the outgoing battery. So what that has led to is that people, if their battery isn't completely empty, it's simply not worth it for them to go and swap, whereas they would go and charge, and that would be more economical, right? Say you have a half, your battery's at 50%, swapping, service fee is still 50. Too expensive. People think it's too expensive. So they are adjusting this fee and changing this fee structure to make it more feasible, all right, so that it's even fair, that it makes sense to go swap even if you're not at an empty battery. So here is the adjustment that they are proposing, okay? So plan A is every time you swap, you have a base battery swap fee of 9.9 RMB, which is very cheap, and then plus swapping service fee and electricity fee based on how much kilowatt hours of electricity, the difference between the incoming battery and the outgoing battery, multiplied by that. So this seems very fair, and it guarantees that 9.9 RMB is pretty much enough to cover the mechanism, the operating mechanism. And what Dr. Shen Fei said was that you can see this 9.9 RMB as time. All right, you're saving all that time with 9.9 RMB, which is roughly like $1.50. All right, so this is much better than, I think, 50 RMB flat out asking for 50 RMB. And keep in mind that the per kilowatt hour electricity fee and per kilowatt hour service fee is going to be the same as charging. All right, so the nearby power chargers, NIO superchargers, essentially, it's going to be the same price. So that means that charging and swapping, the only difference is you're paying 9.9 RMB extra, 1.5 US dollars extra to swap, and that would be like the time value. All right, you're paying 9.9 RMB to save on that much time. Other than that, swapping fee, the electricity fee and service fee, it's the same. So I think this is a very good plan. And of course, this helps, and Dr. Shen Fei said they hope that more people can choose battery swap, especially NIO owners, and even in those circumstances where you're at like 50% charge, this would definitely help them make the better choice to just go for battery swap instead of charging because of unfair service fees. Now, option number B goes back to the old way that they used to charge for battery swap, which is flat electricity fee plus service fee per kilowatt hour multiplied by however many kilowatt hours, the difference between the incoming battery and the outgoing battery through the battery swap. Now this would mean that the service fee would be slightly higher than that of power charging. So I think that plan A is definitely the way to go. Now, how does this impact profitability of the swap stations? this is definitely gonna help them out. All right, even though on the paper it looks like they're reducing the fees, but don't forget, before it was just 50 RMB flat service fee plus however many kilowatt hours of electricity multiply the electricity fee. But now it's 9.9 plus a service fee multiplier plus electricity fee multiplier times the amount of kilowatt hours of electricity. So if you're swapping a lot, the service fee is going to be more than 9.9. All right, it's 9.9 plus service fee and electricity fee. So NIO's still going to earn a lot of money, but this is just going to make it much more fair for those situations where you don't have like a completely empty battery pack. So NIO's doing a very good job here. Now, the second big news, which is so damn nice, is the fact that the police caught the dude. So back on August 30th, there was an article from Economic Times spreading malicious rumors that NIO has officially declared bankruptcy. All right, like what? Like how? Right? You're just thinking how. But this, of course, this was definitely very defaming, and NIO contacted the police, and the police got the dude. So of course, kudos to NIO for catching the dude, and in my opinion, NIO is never going to go bankrupt, and the capability of William Li to get money, to get cash, all right, is just incomprehensible. All right, he's a master financier. He can get money under a rock from the desert. He can get money from the provincial government. He can get money from investment funds. Remember, they're getting big investment from individual investors and big mutual funds with their battery swap power up partner program, which is quite amazing. So there's going to be a big influx of money from that as well. No chance of bankruptcy, in my opinion. All right, absolutely no chance. Those investors that are pricing the stock in for bankruptcy, I don't know what the hell they're smoking. Just not gonna happen. And even if things hit the wire, hit the fan, and it's just very tough, and they're running low on cash, which they are not, NIO could always ask the Anhui government for money, and they would gladly invest in NIO and bail them out if it comes to that. All right, and I don't think that will ever happen again. Not like back in 2019, that situation. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. But worst comes to worst, there is that safety net. The Anhui government, the provincial government, they will gladly step in and help NIO out any way possible. All right. And the government, they're building 1,000 swap plus charging stations that are basically NIO swap plus charging stations in that province. All right, that's the government showing their support. They're putting in money. So this is absolutely insane. No way NIO's going to go bankrupt. They're getting a lot of money. They can always get more money. And right now, NIO is getting a ton of money from the Power Up Swap Partner Program. All right, people are investing loads of money in NIO. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.